with us at the View Motorsports desk. This is Roy J. Akers, as well as our NASCAR Insider Steve Sweitzer from the Lasco Press. We are in the media room at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Steve, we kind of have a mailbag going on as we talk to different drivers about different questions and things that our audience wants to hear about. You know, it's just an absolutely outstanding place. I mean, what a beautiful speedway. I love seeing all the campers, all the enthusiasm of all the fans at the NASCAR home in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is where most of the teams are based, is in this area, in the Tri-County area around Charlotte, and it's absolutely awesome. What's your best takeaway so far this weekend in general about the fans, the complex, and everything else?
Oh, they sold it out here for this weekend, and it is a special event. If you've never been to Charlotte and seeing the veterans salute that they'll do pre-race, it's something that you got to have on your bucket list.
Yeah, and it started off this week with the NASCAR Hall of Fame, with the announcements that happened earlier this week, and then, of course, the unveiling of the Earnhardt Amazon Prime 4-part special. You got to attend that, Steve. Before we get into our mailbag, you got to talk to Dale Earnhardt Jr., or at least you're in a room with him. What was your takeaway from that big event?
Yeah, it was a really cool event. They broadcast the first episode of the new Earnhardt documentary series, and I think the fans are going to love it. They brought out a lot of old footage from the archives, and it was well received by the crowd there that night at the premiere. And so get your Netflix subscription, or if you cut that out. Get your Prime subscription in, and watch that series along with the next 4 races from NASCAR.
Yeah, and it's been awesome, Steve. Just a second, we will do that mailbag, everybody. But between the Netflix special with NASCAR Heat, which we kind of talked about a little bit, we had John Dahl on here a few weeks ago, who is the NASCAR Senior Vice President for video and entertainment. And that he came on, we were at Talladega, and we hope to have him on again soon. But it's just been an awesome project, and I think this could reach some new NASCAR fans who like to consume video, and Netflix is definitely one of those outlets. William Byron, your Hendrick Motorsports team is in the top eight. All 4 teams are. You are second, right behind Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott is right behind you, 4th. Alex Bowman is 8th. So some of these contract extensions give you guys continuity for drivers that are signed as long as 2029.
Yeah, like Chad sent us some stats this week just of how well we've been running as a group, and I think that's true. But at the same time, I think there's a couple cars out there that are still the fastest every week, and we're usually one of us is in that mix. Whether a lot of times it's been Kyle, sometimes it's been me, sometimes it's been Chase or Alex. So yeah, I think for me personally, I still want to chase those couple cars that are, I would say, the standard at some of the different tracks. Like when we go to short tracks, it seems like the 20 car and the 22 or the 12 or the 11 are really strong. So when we come to the mile and a halfs, I think Kyle's been the standard, and we've been kind of just a notch close to that. So yeah, I think it's good. We're all running really consistent, which is great. That's very difficult to do. We share notes really well, so I feel like all of our setups are probably really, really close. And in some ways, our driving styles are pretty close too. So,
Steve, he obviously gave us a rhetorical answer and said it is. What do you say about it?
Yeah, well, he seemed pretty happy about continuing on with Hendrick Motorsports. As a matter of fact, he was in the Xfinity race Saturday night at the Speedway. Went out and led early, got a pit road speeding penalty, and went to the back of the pack, and then worked his way all the way back up to the front and won the race. So that was a big moment for him, because he said he had a lot of friends and family in the stands to watch him run Xfinity.
Yeah, it was a master class in driving. Justin Allgaier, he took that speeding penalty that happened by Byron, and he just ran with it, ran out front. He led by as many as 5 seconds in the race, but I don't know why they didn't get new tires and all that. But that's a conversation for something else. I would say my take on William Byron's comment and we do thank you, William, for that comment you had a moment ago. Is that it does bring synergy to the team. There is a big buzz going on. A lot of these teams, you're basically a sole contractor when you're on the track, but you are expected as part of the bigger picture to have that manufacturer's trophy and to be cognizant of your teammates. And those guys they all have nice personalities. I would say William Byron is one of the nicest guys in NASCAR. Would you agree with that, Steve? And yeah, and Chase Elliott is a pretty nice guy, and then Kyle Larson is as well. I mean, they have super talent, and Alex Bowman brings it up. He's a little more of a volatile type guy when you talk to him, but it's nice seeing all that. Taking a look next up on our mailbag. Kyle Busch and also Richard Childress, they signed the extension, and I wasn't too sure how that was going to work. Well, they put all that to rest, everybody. And right now, Kyle, you haven't won in a while after you have just dominated NASCAR in the 3 different circuits, and this has to be both humbling. And I imagine that party is going to be incredible at Richard Childress Racing when you break through, and you will sometime soon, my friend. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We certainly have a winery and a champagne bistro there that we can get plenty of booze to have a good time. But excited for the next win when it is, and we want to get back to that as soon as possible. So, it has been a little bit humbling, I would say. I feel like there's added times where, it's motivation, and it gets you to have that itch of being able to want to get back to victory lane and to work as hard as it possibly needs to be. And trust me, my wife she sees that as well too, where I'm gone a little bit more than what I was, and so she's on the fact of this better be worth it.
Steve, he commented on that. I don't understand. Since I asked a question, I should be invited to the party. I think. How about you and I? I mean, I would like to have some Dom. How about you?
Yeah, sounds like fun. Well, it's good to have Kyle in the sport. People either love him or they hate him, one or the other. But there's no questioning his talent. It was also good to hear him say during the press conference that he'd like to hang around long enough to race against his son, maybe in a truck series. And that would be 6 more years before Buxton is old enough to be able to enter one of those races. So I guess we'll be seeing some more Kyle Busch on the track.
Yeah, I agree with you on that 100%. The Buxton questions are getting louder and louder. He is winning and dominating, and he's got the Kyle Busch or the Busch family talent with Kurt going in the Hall of Fame earlier this week. I agree with you, and I agree with the press. Keep banging on that question. He can't say it right now. He doesn't want to put too much pressure on his son, but I would imagine that if he keeps showing the promise. Richard Childress answered the question and says, I have been watching the YouTube videos. I've seen him a little bit live. And I would imagine if he has 90% of the talent of his father, that those two are going to become like Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. when they were running toward the end of Dale's life. I think that you're going to see Kyle out there. I know he has a goal to race with his son in a NASCAR event.
Should be fun.
It should be. And finally today, actually, we're going to do that after we take a 30. We invite everybody out there. This is Charlotte. Please go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. They have some great exhibits. We'll be back in 30.
In our family business, we settle feuds at 200 miles an hour. Visit the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte for the ultimate outing. This is our sport. This is our house.
Steve, we are Jimmie Johnson. He had a media availability and sitting at the same seats that we are. And Jimmie Johnson was asked about his 700th start in NASCAR. And we also took a picture with Jimmie as we're part of the media for that. He invited us to come on down. Jimmie Johnson, Jimmie, you're making that 700th start. And it means you've been around a long time, doesn't it?
I just saw Cliff Daniels, and he said, I guess 700 means you're old. And you're right. And you've been here for a lot of this, so you're old too. But no, it's wild how my first start just coincidentally ends up being my 700th. So it means a ton to me. I am a numbers guy, and to have these numbers play out literally on their own is really special. So exciting weekend.
Steve, you're not around in NASCAR for 700 starts unless you're a Hall of Famer. And Jimmie is just the normal, humble gentleman that he always is.
Yeah, it's really quite a coincidence that his first start in the Cup Series was here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and his 700th start is happening here at the same place. And especially with this being the essentially the home track for so many drivers that live here in the Charlotte area, I think it was a real special event for him to make sure he was on the entry list for this race.
Yeah, and it was very nice, Jimmie, inviting all press members that will want to have a picture taken. And here's where we're going to show it. Jimmie, we want to thank you for allowing us to be a part of your 700th start in NASCAR. I've always enjoyed I love all the drivers. I do. I like them all, some more than others. But Jimmie, you're one of my favorites. And of course, we wish you a lot of success and legacy. And we're going to bring that topic up, I'm sure, in the next couple of weeks when we get to MIS. Steve Sweitzer of the Lasco Press. Steve, how can we get you?
TheLascoPress.com.
You got to read this guy. He has great stories on NASCAR and also his local community and a lot of other things. But Steve, your real passion is NASCAR. I think you would agree with that, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's one of the favorite things that I cover.
All right. And so with that, everybody, we're going to see you this week. We're going to have Tyler Head from Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's going to be talking about the night racing and also the in-season tournament with us for NASCAR to win the NCAA Knockout Challenge style bracket that will get us a winner and a winner of the $1 million prize. And we'll see you next time, everybody.
Jimmie Johnson through 3 and 4. Make room. Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. There's another 7-time champ. Jimmie Johnson wins his 7th NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship.